Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture we'll continue our discussion on while loops. In the previous lecture we saw how we could use while loops, and we mentioned that initializing our condition is important, and we also mentioned that it's very important to check the last condition so that we don't run into an infinite loop. In these examples we saw that we added or subtracted a value from our initial value of x so that we don't run into an infinite loop after each value of x. While conditions or while statements are commonly used with break and continue statements. So we'll see how we can use this break and continue statements with our while loops. Let's look at an example. Let's say we have a list of menu. Let's say, and then save it in a variable called menu. Let's say we have a list containing yogurt, say salad, chicken, fruits, and meat or beef. What we'll do next is we'll use a while loop to choose any one of these values. Let's see, we can say, so first let's initialize our condition, and let's call it chosen menu or food. You can name it whatever you want. So we'll make an empty list, an empty string. Then we can use our while loop. So we can say while our chosen menu not in our menu, we can say chosen menu is equal to raw input choose a menu. So we'll prompt the user to choose any of these strings in our list, in our menu. And let's add an if condition. We can say if chosen menu is equal to none, we can say print I am not hungry. Then we can break. Let's add an else condition. Else print I can't wait till, let's see, that format, and then we can use our chosen menu. Okay, so I can't wait till our chosen menu is served. Okay, let's run it. So I'll run it first and then show you what this code will do. Run it, says choose a menu. Let's say yogurt, enter. It says I can't wait till yogurt is served. I just wanted to show you one statement here while I explain. So we started by defining a variable menu. It's a list containing this strings, these values, and then we initialized our condition chosen menu is equal to an empty string, and then we said while chosen menu is not in menu. So we defined we defined chosen menu earlier. Now we are checking if chosen menu is not in menu. So here it says while chosen menu is not in menu, it says chosen menu is equal to raw input choose a menu. So we are prompting the user to enter or to choose from a menu. And then if the user chooses none, it says print I'm not hungry. So if the user types none, this will be printed out, and then we'll break out of this loop. If the user doesn't choose none, this else condition will be printed, and it says I cannot wait till whatever we choose is served. In this case, the break continue serves as breaking the while loop. So whenever the chosen menu is equal to none, we will be breaking out of our while loop. Okay, let me run it again. So choose a menu, let's say salad, enter, I cannot wait till salad is served. Now let's choose none. Run it, choose a menu, none. In this case, we'll break out of the while loop. Run it, says I'm not hungry. Okay? Only when the chosen menu is equal to none that this statement is printed. I'm not hungry, and then we break out of that loop. Let's look at another example. Let's say we have a variable x, and let's set it to be equal to 5. We can say while x is less than 12, we can say print x is, let's format it, that format, then let's pass x, then let's say x plus or equal 1, so we'll add the value of 1. Then let me show you how we can use the if statement, if the continue statement. If we can say x is equal double equal to 10, we can say print x is still less than 12. Then we can have a continue statement. Else we can say print x is no longer less than 12. Okay, let me run it and show you. So here it says initially the value of x is 5, while 5 is less than 12, print x is 5, so 5 is printed, and then add 1 to the value. This will prevent an infinite loop. So 5 plus 1 is 6, and then it will go back to this if condition. If x double equal to 10, which is not true, so we go back to our while loop here. 6 is less than 12, it goes here, and so on until we reach to 9. So x is 9 is printed, and then 9 plus 1 is 10. So here we have an if condition saying if 10 and 10 are equal, it says print x is still less than 12, and then continue. So x is still less than 12, and then continue with your while loop. So we go back here, and then 10 is less than 12, so the statement is printed, x is 10, and then 1 will be added, which will be 11. So x is 11 will be printed, and then 1 will be added, which is 12. Is 12 less than 12? No. So this else statement will be printed, and it says x is no longer less than 12. This is how we can use continue statement. We can check a certain condition, and then if that condition is true, we can go back to our while loop and then execute the statement. Okay. Whereas the break statement will stop the execution. It will break out of that loop. Let me take the same example and then show you with break statement. So instead of continue here, let's say break. X is still less than 12, but exiting the loop either ways, let's say. So here, while x is less than 12, so when x is equal to 10, it says break out of the loop. Let me run it and show you. So here, when we reach to 9 plus 1, 10, and then if x is equal to 10, print x is still less than 12, but exiting the loop either ways. And then we have the break statement. The break statement means we are breaking out of that while loop. So we won't even have a chance to execute the statement, right? Because we haven't gotten to a point where x is less than 12. That's because while x is equal to 9 here, 9 plus 1 is added, so x is 10 here, and then we are breaking out of this while loop while x is equal to 10. So the break statement stops the execution. So the break statement will stop processing after that condition. Whereas with the continue statement, it forces the execution to move on, to continue. So that's the difference between continue and break state. Continue and break. Great. To summarize, we saw some more examples of while loops and how we can use the break and continue statements with while loops. We mentioned that the break statement will stop the execution of the statement when the condition is met, whereas the continue statement will force the execution to continue. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you at the next lecture.